Yeah, your favorite Tara Little Bacon Bear hanging out with the one and only
Amaiya Holley.
Okay, so this is not my first time meeting you, Amaya. I met you I don't want to say like a month ago, but I met you around the time of the Alex Vaughn show. So I'll start right there. How was that experience?
Oh my gosh, it was so good. And it's crazy because I started going to AB sessions last February. So it's kind of full circle for me, like just going there, practicing my craft, going there, doing open mic, and now to open up for Alex, it was insane. It was a great night.
Now, for those who are not familiar, they should be. Alex Vaughn is my friend. That's my homegirl, and she is really doing her thing. But she's also really about putting on other talents at this point. So to see you get pushed forward in this opportunity and to get to introduce you at Alex Vaughn's sold out show
Girl,
at Songbird.
I said Bacon Bear introducing me.
Girl, and you look so beautiful.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So where do you put on from or put on for?
I put on, girl, a few different places.
Sure.
So I'm originally from Maryland, Silver Spring, PG County. But I grew up in New Orleans as well. All my family's from out there. So I went to high school out there, went to performing arts school in New Orleans. And then, I majored in musical theater. After that, I was like, I gotta come back up north. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. My grades coming out of high school were not the best. Okay,
It's okay. So you can still prosper. Same here.
But my grades didn't match my talent. So all those performing arts schools that I wanted to get into for college didn't really work that way. So I was like, okay, if I can't go to New York, what else can I do? So Bowie State was up next. Shout out to BSU. Absolutely, you know it, girl.
I do.
So I went there for musical theater as well, and then moved to New York after that. And came back here after the pandemic, but the rest is history. And so I'm a little from a few places, honestly. But
dang, girl, you are well traveled.
For here.
Which of those places do you think probably influenced your music the most at this point? Then
I'm gonna go with New Orleans.
I was going to ask if New Orleans. What ward were you going to school in?
I'm from the 17th. So
the 17th, okay.
I went to school uptown. I went to Warren Easton, which was my academic school. And then for half day, I went to my performing arts school, which was called New Orleans Center for Creative Arts. And that's where I studied classical music first. And then I was like, this is not for me. Then I did musical theater because I auditioned for Debbie Allen. They was like, girl, just do musical theater. And I was like, yeah, that's me.
I think the cool thing about music, and I think that we know this proven now, is that you don't have to go to school for music. Like, music is something that you have the capability to do as long as you got the voice and the willingness and the platform.
Yeah, and the dedication for sure.
So as a musician, where are you at in this? Is this new to you, or is this something that has always been important?
It's always been important. I've been singing since I came out the womb. I probably came out talking about and B flat. So yeah, for me, music has always been a huge part of my life. I'm also an actress as well, musical theater. So recently, I put out my first single about a year and a half, 2 years ago almost, and that's when I started my kick to everything in terms of the music side. But as far as theater, I'm always auditioning, always doing something that moves my craft in that atmosphere as well. But music is number one.
Was there any apprehension or anxiety about making, say, songs that you put out?
Girl, yes.
Really?
Oh my gosh, I released a project for my birthday called Uncovered, streamed out on all platforms. And I was so nervous. It's called Uncovered for a reason, because it's literally not what you would have expected to come from me, at least not from people from the outside looking in. My closest friends, they know me 100%, so they we knew exactly what you was talking about, who he was talking about.
Sure.
But yes, definitely nerve-wracking. And for my mama to listen to my music too, girl, she talk about what you talk about in that song.
Yeah,
I said, look,
that's always tough.
take it how you want it, but very nerve-wracking for sure, but definitely rewarding.
What uncovered it for you? Or what made you uncover?
Just experiences, just a lot of experiences from high school to college, and people who I've experienced and things that I've experienced in life. And I was just like, I have to put something out. And confession, I wrote all those songs when I was in college. So they were years old, and I released them 2 or 3 years later. And I was just like, if they're helping me through some stuff, it's gotta be good to somebody. It might help someone
else.
So
yeah, sure.
It's Uncovered, y'all. Stream it.
Okay. Well, what's important to you now musically? Who is Amaiya now? Because 3 years later, if that's the case.
Amaiya she's different now.
Okay.
And honestly, I'm still trying to figure out who she is as well.
Sure.
I'm learning myself as I get older and go through certain things. So that's a to be continued statement, honestly.
Yeah.
Amaiya right now, though, she's
Who is she in the music?
Oh, in the music?
Yeah.
She's deep. She's super deep. She's definitely real and authentic. She definitely comes from an authentic point of view, authentic perspective for sure. Just because a lot of my music is about forget these. If I can say it in another way,
say niggas.
Fuck these niggas.
Sometimes.
But now, right? Sometimes now I'm in a place where it's not fuck these niggas. It's who wants to be invested in me. You know what I mean? And I'm curious to see where that journey takes me in music as well. So,
what is your biggest goal that you have thus far for music? Do you have one? And if you don't have a biggest, you can give me your smallest one.
No, I have a lot of big goals.
Sure.
My biggest goal for the longest was Broadway.
I was gonna say that. You said the musical theaters.
Yes, because I moved to New York. Bacon, can I be real? I moved to New York after college, and I was like, oh, this is it. Give me 3 years and I'm on Broadway. I'm doing everything. You know what I mean? And it didn't work out that way. The pandemic happened. So that kind of changed the perspective for a lot of people and then the trajectory for a lot of people. So when I came back to Maryland, I was like, I don't know what's going to be next. And then I started going to AV sessions and opened up for Alex, and now I'm here with Bacon Bear. So
well, you did the work. You're doing the work, and I think at any point in your process, I see a lot of people. So I don't expect them to be fully realized people because I'm not fully realized at all.
Yeah.
We're figuring it out as we go. As far as KYS Versus is concerned, we had to stretch this win out just a little bit, but what was that win like for you?
It was so, like, I think the win showed me, like, I have a lot of supporters and a lot of people who believe in me more than anything.
Yes.
And sometimes it's hard to believe in yourself. For the people to call in and be like, Amaiya. I had people calling in from New Orleans. I had people calling in from, everywhere. So I was just like, yo, it just meant so much to me. And I was just so ecstatic for that final win.
On your fifth win, did you cry or were you like, I knew?
On the fifth win, I ain't gonna say I knew, but because every time I was just like, I don't know, because one of those songs was like really good. I was like dancing. I was like, oh, I'm nervous. Like, I'm nervous. He might got this one, you know. But
sure,
my people pulled through for me like they always do. So I was more so like grateful than anything.
Sure.
Yeah.
Now offer some advice to an artist that is on the fence about entering KYS Versus.
Why are you on the fence?
I don't know.
Why are they on the fence?
They don't follow directions.
Girl.
That's why they on the fence. They don't follow directions. But I think the other thing is that they don't believe themselves all the way, or they don't believe in their talent, or they don't believe that like their supporters are going to come through the way that they do. But like you said, they'll call from wherever. If your friends go that hard for you, then they will.
Absolutely. I had people calling in a few times for me. Okay.
They supposed to. That's how you win.
And that's how you win. My mama was like, Amaiya, come on now.
You don't even got to do that.
Get off the fence and just submit your stuff. Submit your music, and you just never know. First of all, it doesn't even matter if you win. Your music's being played on the radio.
All right. That's my point. That's literally the point.
Okay.
That's the point. That's the point. We are at the end of 2022, at the top of 2023. At this point, what's important to you, and what are you going to do musically? Do you have anything planned?
I'm always creating. I'm always writing. I have a shit ton of music in my phone right now.
Okay.
But for 2023, for me, more open mics, because the power of open mics.
So performance.
Performing.
This girl wants to perform.
You know, I love performing. Yeah. You know, anyway. But more of those and just more content. Sure. I'm really focusing on content. So these next few weeks into 2021 is definitely dedicated to planning for content and more shows.
Okay. Well, it sounds like you got it planned and all carved out for yourself. In this KYS Versus experience, of course, you didn't do this by yourself. You did this with support. Is there anybody that you want to shout out that put you in this position to win?
Everybody. My closest friends, my family members, my mother. She's the biggest supporter.
Of course.
Can I tell you? We got time for a quick story?
I got one.
Okay, look. I told y'all I wanted to be on Broadway, right? My first audition was The Lion King on Broadway, okay?
Circle of Life.
My mother, she knew I wasn't going to get picked for the role. They said I was a little bit too light. It's okay. So when I went there, I'm sorry?
What was the role?
Oh, young Nala. Oh. Everybody look left. Everybody look right. Don't get me started. Stay focused.
Sunlight.
Oh, stay focused.
Oh, I was there. All
Okay.
right, go ahead.
So, long story short, I didn't get the role, and I was so upset. Mm-hmm. And I threw the script down. I started stumping on the script, started heel tone on it. Like, nah, like, y'all got me messed up. What you mean I ain't get it? So, and my mother looked at me, and she was like, is this what you want?
Yeah.
Is this what you want to do?
Yeah.
Well, you're going to get a hell of a lot more no's than yeses. So, stay focused. And that's all I got to say to everybody out there. So, stay focused.
You just got to see it through.
And see it through and have confidence, because you will get a lot of no's. But that's what fueled me. Give me a quick no. I'm like, oh, no? All right, but at least you know who I am. You going to know who I am.
Sometimes it's about just being heard.
Just being heard, being seen.
Thank you. Being heard and being seen. That's what we're in it for. Where can we stream your music? Where can we love you, follow you, send you congratulations, and everything else? Try to think if I missed anything.
So you can stream my music on all platforms, okay? I got some music videos out, so make sure you stream
she's pretty.
those.
She wants you to see that.
I want you to see me. I just released a single called Who's to Blame that is also out on all platforms.
And that's what she won KYS Versus with. Can't forget that.
Cannot forget that. So make sure y'all stream that. And on Instagram, you can follow me at AMAIYA. Don't forget the dot. HOLLEY. Amaiya Holley. Thank you.
Ooh, I like that. That was the first time anyone's ever did that, except maybe Alex. But I have to watch. I have to watch to verify. Either way, to the DMV and beyond, you can watch this interview and more at Little Bacon Bear at littlebaconbear.com. Those are my horns. Okay. You can introduce your record to the DMV one time.
Y'all, this is Amaiya Holley, and make sure you listen to Who's to Blame.
Honey.